This is my first time checking out a NUX product. I was recently away with some friends who were all YouTube guitar demo people, and a few mentioned to me that they make really good stuff, so I'm looking forward to checking this out. The nice people at NUX sent me this pedal to check out, but of course any views and opinions in this video are mine. So this is the Recto, or possibly Rec2 distortion pedal from NUX. The website says it's a pedal from their reissue series, a heavy distortion sound with tight bass response. It utilises a pure analog circuit to simulate that typical famous American high-gain preamp tone from the 90s. I've spent many years with rectifiers and have a weird love-hate relationship with them, so I'm curious to see how close they get with this pedal. The phrase tight bass response seems interesting because I've always found rectifiers to have some of the loosest low ends out of any amplifier. It's why vintage 30s and tube screamers go so well with them. Also, the fact that it advertises that it uses bass and high passive EQ. Rectifiers use an active EQ band, which is why the controls react with each other in such a different way when compared to, say, a Marshall. It can actually be quite frustrating until you kind of get used to it. I mean, maybe that's what they're saying, or maybe that's what they're trying to say, that it's a more simple EQ. Or maybe I'm just reading way too much into that one statement, but either way, it's just boring rectifier connoisseur stuff. And all that matters really is how it sounds. It's true bypass, and it has a tiny 20 milliamp current draw. So if you're running your effects from a power bank or the internal 9-volt battery, it's going to last a very long time. I think it looks really cool. They've really nailed the aesthetic. It feels solid and roadworthy. So the pedal's got 4 controls and a foot switch. The top 2 controls are the bass and treble controls, as we've already spoke about. The bottom 2 are gain, so your level of distortion, and a master volume. A very simple, well laid out pedal, unlikely to give you any option paralysis. So I'll demo the pedal using this Blackstar Amped 1 on the USA clean setting, and I'll use the 6L6 power section, as that's what usually comes standard with a rectifier. So I'll treat it as I would a real amp, and I'll include a tube screamer before it, which I'll show both on and off. Lastly, I'll be getting a little bit of delay occasionally from an MXR carbon copy. The signal's being sent to a 212 with vintage 30s, mic'd up with an SM57. Before we run through some sounds, please take a second to subscribe. It really helps me out and my channel and allows me to do more of this kind of thing. So thank you so much.
So let me know down below what you thought of the sounds. The Rectifier is a notoriously difficult sound to reproduce and capture. How close do you think they got? If you liked this guitar, it's a Harley Benson Fusions 3. It's so much guitar for the money, and you can find a video that I made for it just here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was useful, and I'll see you in the next video.